Hi, my name is Antonio Newton, your local realtor with the Newton Group at Coldwell Banker, and welcome to March Market Stats for 2022. Before we dive into today's video, please remember you can catch, I don't know if y'all heard that thunder, but it's thunder. You can catch all of our videos, and look, it got me distracted. You can catch all of our video series on our YouTube channel at the Newton Group. There you'll find our Time to Talk Tuesday, where we talk about tips and tricks and just a ton of information, whether you're a buyer, seller, or investor in this market. We also talk about things that you can do to get ready to buy or sell your house. We also have our interview series where we interview lenders, home inspectors, attorneys, business owners. That's after coffee, as well as our monthly market stats video as well. And you can connect with us on some of our other social media sites, such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and others. So let's dive right into March market stats for all of our MLS regions. So we've been very active, but not as active as we were last year. So we're down 15% in total transactions. We only did 1,121 transactions for the month of March versus 1,319 last year. But our sales price is still up 15%. So the average sale price is $294,812. Like I said, up 15% from $256,920 last year. So keep in mind now, we're doing March market stats. So March is over. And when we did February market stats at the beginning of March, we've seen interest rates go up throughout the month of March in the past 30 days. So we have yet to see how the market's going to respond to those interest rates increases. Because any deals that are written during the month of March most likely aren't going to close. Some will close in April, but the majority of them may not close until May, and some maybe even June, depending on how late they are, because sometimes things in the transaction happen. So we still have to wait to see how the market responds, because most of this data for closed transactions was written in January and February. And when you look at the available properties that we have right now, we're down 8%. So we only have 2,391 versus 2,594 that we had at the end of March of 2021. But how are we looking? Two of my favorite numbers that I like to look at are days on the market as well as list price to sell price. So when you look at days on the market for February, it was 28 days. Now we're at 27, so things are going less than a month, 1 day faster. And please remember that an average or a balanced market is 6 months worth of inventory. So if properties are staying on only 28 days, that's not really 6 months worth of inventory that we have. And you'll see that as we look at the available houses that we have versus what closed out in the past 30 days, you'll be able to more readily see that we don't have a balanced market. And obviously that's indicative in these numbers. So in February, the average list to sell price was 99.85%. And then in March, we are now over the 100. We're at 100.43% in terms of the average list price to sell price. So people on average are paying more than the list price for the property. So how does this affect you? Well, let's dive in and look at the chart, and you'll be able to see. So seeing what closed versus what's available, and then you can readily track and see that we don't have balanced inventory. And you see where the big gap is. Look at that really across all boards, but really at the 100 going to 500 price point. That 100 to 200,000, only 132 homes available. This is in all of our MLS, 132 homes available with 588 pending. Look at the 200 to 3, only 213 available with over 950 pending. 474 closed, and we only got 213 that are active right now, that are available. Then you look at that 300 to 400. It's better, but it's not that much better. You got 243 available, but 353 closed last month, and you got 687 pending. And then, of course, as we get to that 4 to 5, it balances out a little more. but still inventory shortage all the way from 100 to 500 price point. So how does this affect you? Well, once again, as I say, it depends on what player you are. Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Are you an investor? This information, this data, one, this is a very broad stroke of the information. We need to zero this down towards price points. For example, you take these 200 to 300 price point houses, some in 200 to 300 may have had 5 acres. Some may have had a garage. Some may have been new builds. Some may have been built in 1970. Some may be one stories. So all the 200 to 300 houses aren't apples to apples. So this is just a broad stroke of the market. So we have to dig in deep for your specific house, your specific community, your specific area, and see what that data is telling us. Look at it with a fine-tooth comb, with a microscope. If you're a buyer, obviously, you most likely going to be in a competition. You're going to be competing. So how do you position yourself to stand out? There's things that you can do not only now, but while you're looking, and then when you make your offer, to stand out in a marketplace like this. So give us a call, comment on this video, reach out. We love to talk with you about your specific situation and what you can do. My name is Antonio Newton with the Newton Group, and we look forward to hearing from you. And please keep in mind that whether you're selling in South Carolina, or if you know someone that's moving or selling anywhere in the U.S., we can certainly give them some real estate guidance as well. So until next time, please stay safe. It's a dreary day out there. Stay safe and make sure that you give us a call. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.